Hey everybody, welcome back to my podcast. I am your host, Jada Sharice, and you are now tuned in to More to the Story, the podcast and show. Today, I wanted to talk about COVID-19, y'all, because it's real. I'm not even gonna lie. When this stuff first started or really became big in Chicago or Illinois, if you will, in March, I did not take this serious. Like, I've seen the news and everything, but what really hit me was when everybody was buying all the tissue and just everything from the stores. And here I am, just blind to it all, oblivious. And I was just saying, I'm going to wait until this weekend. So when everybody was out at the stores, I was at home chilling, and I said, whatever I need will be there. I prayed about it. You know what? I do not question God. But let me tell you, when I went outside 4 days later, I could not find anything, nothing at all. And I just wanted to take the time to just talk about COVID-19 because it's so real. It's so real. And of course, we've been seeing the things on the news with people still having parties and chilling on 87th Street, like literally having this big fiesta. Like, it's crazy. And I wanted to talk to my guest that I have today because she's a therapist. And I read an article, and I actually think she posted it. And it was saying that therapists will be frontline workers for years and years to come after COVID 19. I don't think that we realize how life changing it's been and it's going to be. I don't know if we'll ever go back to, how life was. But every day is just like it's our reality. And I miss going outside. I miss just having things to do. Like, I miss Ross so much. I'm not even gonna lie. I miss it so much. And when I was being oblivious to everything, I went to Ross and Ross was shut down. And I was just like, this is real. This was way before the mask and, the rates going up every single day. This was like kind of in the beginning where I still didn't realize like how serious it was. But anyway, enough about me and me just being stuck on stupid. I want to introduce my guest today. You probably have heard about her or listened to her story back in season 1. She talked about just child. Oh, she talked about relationships. She talked about Cash App. Don't even listen. If you listen to that episode, y'all know how I feel about what she did through Cash App. But anyway, we're now in season 2, and her title in season 1 was Love Made Me Not Want to Live. But since she's on this episode today, I guess she's living. So I would like to introduce Erika. Erika, say hey to the audience.
Hey everybody, I'm still here.
She is still here.
Still
Erica
here.
was actually a part of my very first event. We did it together. It was in September of last year, and it was titled Girl Talk. And it was just everything. I mean, we
It
were
was
freaking
amazing.
out. Right. It was amazing. We had vendors, we had food, we had drinks, we had gift bags. It was everything. So, Erica, I'll always love you and thank you for that.
No, thank you because that was a really amazing event. And so many people had so many positive things. I think it went on, 2 to 3 weeks after the event.
Really.
So
And
we were still on that train afterwards. So that was amazing.
right.
So thank you for the platform.
Of course, of course. So, Erica, if you can just reintroduce yourself to those who may be new to season 2 and didn't catch up on everything in season 1, tell them who you are, your services, all that good stuff.
So, Jada just did this amazing introduction of me. My name is Erika Lewis. I'm a therapist, and I own my own private practice called Heal Thyself Counseling Services, and I'm located in Flossmoor, Illinois. Um, and I provide individual family therapy where I focus on depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders that are mild to moderate,
Mm-hmm.
focusing a lot on family therapy.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got so many other great things that we'll talk about later on that I'll
Yes.
be
I'm
that
excited.
I'm doing. So you know I'm here.
Erica,
Today and we got a lot to talk about.
right. Erica, what was it, that made you want to go into this field?
um, I've always been a helper, and I've always wanted to see people do well, to elevate, and to just grow out here. And I didn't identify like what I really wanted to do until my college days,
Mm-hmm.
and just the world, life happening and things happening. It's just like if I can help people overcome adversity like I've overcame adversity, that'll just make me feel like I've accomplished so much. So that's what drove and drives me, to be a therapist and to be out here on the front lines assisting people in maintaining mental health, their mental health.
Yeah. And I think it's amazing because, back in season one, you told your story of, your upbringing and your childhood and just going from foster home to foster home and being adopted and dealing with that and just not knowing what love was and you receiving anything. I'll never forget the way you explained it was being empty. You have these holes in you and then not knowing what love is and not knowing really right from wrong. It's like you allow yourself to feel yourself with anything. So it may be
Mm-hmm.
that toxic man or that toxic woman, but it's like it feels good for the moment. It's filling a void. So I admire you for just telling your story and where you are
Thank
today,
you.
like a black woman in business. Like, girl, stop playing.
Thank you,
Of
thank you.
course.
Everything's a work in progress, so
Yeah.
I'm.
I seen that you posted a few days ago that your private practice, Heal Thyself Counseling Services LLC, made 1 year. So a huge
Yes.
congratulations to you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
clap for
Had to
yourself.
give myself a clap, girl.
That's
Yes.
amazing, amazing. And of course, today I wanted to talk about being a therapist during COVID-19. As a therapist, how has life changed for you and your clientele? I know you mentioned you were just overloaded, to say the least. So just talk to us, like, how has things changed or, your clientele picking up? What's life like for you now during COVID-19?
So COVID-19 is one of those things that hit everybody out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my first impact of it was I was on vacation in New Orleans, and I get a call from the people that I lease office space from, and they're going over trying to figure out, are we going to have our office open? I'm like, what's happening here? Because
Yeah.
right now I'm vacationing and
Right.
what is happening? So I'm not watching the news. I'm not realizing what's going on because I'm literally in New Orleans for St. Patrick's Day weekend, getting ready to just have a ball and finally let
Wow.
my hair down. I had ended up having to completely just really, I didn't ruin my trip, but I had to really slow down my entire trip because I ended up having to work while on my trip.
Wow.
And I saw, me and my friend who I was on the trip with, literally we went to the news and we watched what was happening,
Mm-hmm.
and we noticed like, why can't we find, I heard you talk about not being able to find toiletries.
Yeah.
We could not find toiletries while we were on vacation. It was craziness.
That
We could
is
not
so
find
crazy.
toiletries. And I just remember a sense of fear coming over me, like, wait, what's happening here? Like, this is serious.
Mm-hmm.
And so I couldn't wait to get back home. When I got back home, it got even worse.
Yeah.
And all I could just think was, if I'm in a panic, I know that my clients are in a panic.
Right.
Um, and so from that moment, I knew that I had to get to work
Mm-hmm.
because my phone was ringing. I mean, I've been working nonstop since the start of this May 15th. Since the start, and it started a little bit before, but no one took it serious until around that time.
Yeah.
And I
March
just been
15th.
working March. I'm yeah, not May 15th. Sorry,
Yeah.
March 15th. And I just been working like round the clock. And my life as a therapist is different because everything that I do is virtual, which has impacted therapy in a different way.
Yeah.
COVID-19 has been very impactful. Services where I was face to face, where I was seeing clients, where we would talk face to face,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm able to help. And you can tell the different type of services that you're able to provide. That's different now. My clients are having to sit in their cars to find spaces and places to talk, to find, some area of peace where my
Right.
office was their peace. So, it's it's been very impactful,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to start to see some trends similar to those who have been in the Army. So post traumatic stress disorder, you're going to start to see that
Yeah.
on the rise.
I mean, and then you just don't know what tomorrow will bring. Like, every day is something new. And then, especially when we get to the end of the month, and then,
Yeah.
Governor Pritzker is making an announcement. It's like, okay, is it better? Is it worse? Do we still have to stay home?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see a time frame for COVID-19. And especially if we don't have people taking it serious and doing what they're supposed to do to not protect themselves, not only to protect themselves but others. I just don't know when it's going to
Yeah.
stop, and how do we know when it's safe to go back to work, to be around so many people? Like, it's just so many unanswered things, and I don't think anybody has the answer for it. It's just a day by day kind of thing.
It's definitely a day by day thing, and everyone is putting out their own reports from so many news outlets. And we
Mm-hmm.
have the president, yeah, we have the president saying one thing, our governor saying another thing, and the people are confused.
Yeah.
Especially the younger generation. They don't trust anything or anybody, and so for them, it's a matter of they don't believe that they will get sick. And a lot of them haven't been getting sick, and they just been carriers of it and coming back home to their families, getting their families sick.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's just one of those things that is very unfortunate, but it's scary because we have the news outlet and the news media with the content, and people honestly don't know what to believe, what to trust. We're just playing, it day by day and
Yeah.
hoping that everybody practices social distancing, because it actually does work. And there's a lot of studies that shows that social distancing, it is helpful and it is working.
Yeah. I have been, girl, at home, just at home, and I miss my family so, so much. I call them every day, all day. But because I have asthma, I am very, very scared for anything, to happen. Even when I have a cold, that triggers my asthma where I'm wheezing and I have to use my inhaler. So to know that something like this just attacks the lungs the way that it does, it's just like, I want no parts of it. I will stay at home. I go to the grocery store, when I have to. But at the same time, it's just, I'd rather just play it safe because a lot of people, they don't have symptoms, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. Some people might have had it and healed from it. Just who knows. But anyway, how do you keep sane? As a therapist, you're still human. You are going through the same things as your clients. Like, how do you stay sane to keep them sane?
It's definitely, I would say that it's definitely have been a struggle, um, because I'm so used to having human contact.
Mhm.
And I am like so many of my clients. I live alone. I don't have any animals,
Yeah.
so my contact with people are very limited. And so if I wasn't so busy throughout the day, it would play a huge role on my mental health. But
Mhm.
one of the things that I do, I see my therapist myself, and
Mm.
I'm an advocate of that therapy. One is because I am a therapist, and two, because I have to have an outlet too. And I know a lot of people say like, "Oh wow, you go to see a therapist?"
Right.
Absolutely. That's almost like telling a doctor, because you're a doctor, you shouldn't be treated by another doctor. It's almost
Mhm.
insane. And so I'm in therapy every week to help myself with my own mental health. And
Yeah.
I know my symptoms from the average client are a little bit different. It's still, great to have an outlet, to kind of vent, my work frustrations or any type of frustrations that I may have throughout the week, to kind of help sort those things out. So to protect my own mental health, because it has been a struggle, dealing with COVID-19 and the changes that I have had to make. So I definitely encourage, therapy services, and I go myself.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, I promise, I've never thought about it that way. Like, a therapist needs a therapist. Like, and just as simply as
Absolutely.
you put it, you need an outlet too. You didn't help everybody else out. Who's gonna help me? I need to vent. I need to get some things off my chest or whatever you're dealing with. Wow, learn something new
Absolutely.
every day.
Yeah, it's important though, because it's almost like if if I'm not mentally strong, there's no way possible I can help anybody else.
Right.
No
And
way possible. So
yeah. And with May, it is National Mental Health Month. And, what are some things you can share with the audience to take care of themselves and, their mental? I know a few weeks ago, or I can't remember when it was, but I remember you just being frustrated by the media, everything that they're putting out there and just causing fear, even more fear in our lives. Like, what are some, suggestions or advice that you could give us to just kind of take care of ourselves? It could be self care, mental care, whatever it is.
yeah, so I'm still frustrated with the media
Mm-hmm.
because they don't understand how much they have incited fear in the lives of so many people with the content that they're pushing out. And that's another story for a different day. But I definitely encourage your listeners out there to definitely minimize the amount of content that you take in about COVID-19 on social media, because it can and it will drive you almost insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't want to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Like, I'm just going to read this article this time and it's not going to impact me. You can always get secondary PTSD from things that are not directly impacting you. So you got to be mindful of that. So minimizing the content and the amount of content that you are receiving from COVID. So if you're checking it all day, every hour on the hour, maybe check it once in the morning, maybe one time, before you go to bed, or just check it one day or once a week. Try to minimize your contact um, with understanding everything that's going on with COVID. Is nothing has changed. They haven't found a cure for it yet. When they do, I'm sure that everyone will hear about it.
Yeah.
So everything else is just random news throughout the week. So minimizing your contact. And one of the things that you can do on Facebook is you can mute people who share a lot of content related to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to see that. I think you can do it on Instagram and other social media platforms too, but try to minimize the amount of content that you are receiving as it relates to COVID.
Yeah. That's good.
Another important thing that I stress is diet and exercise. What we put in our bodies manifests on the outside. So if we're eating right and we're eating healthy, and we're staying on top of our vitamins and taking those supplements that we need to take by having well-balanced meals, and getting plenty of sleep, exercising regularly. I know a lot of gym routines are out of whack for a lot of people, but you can definitely do some in-home or outside workout.
Yes,
Go
honey.
running. Be very safe when you go running, but go running, walking, um, exercise inside the home. If you have a bike inside the home, or if you have a bike that you can go out and go cycling, I encourage outside, because a lot of people don't understand that we have to get outside. We have to be outside because we don't want to make ourselves prone to other diseases.
Yeah.
So go outside, get some fresh air. It'll definitely help with your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch, journal, meditate. During this time, I do hear a lot of people saying you should be working on a business goal, working on this, or coming out of COVID, and you should be on top when you come out. Take this time, because a lot of us are always on go.
Yep.
I'm just encouraging people to take this time, chill out, relax,
Yes, yes, yes.
build yourself a great self-care routine that you can keep up with, whether that's every morning for 15 minutes. I'm going to take my time and I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to journal. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to, take 30 minutes out of my day. I'm going to watch some TV. Take some time out. Focus on self-care. Focus on building some very healthy routines throughout the day that you can implement to kind of keep you going,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to focusing on, when I get out of COVID, I want to be rich. Yes, that's a goal, but we have to work on our mental health as well.
Right. Girl, that's a word. All of that is so true. And I'm so glad you said that, because social media will have us feeling like I need to finish this project. I should be done with this book. I should be done with this business, because of COVID-19. But some people just need to rest. Like, I was so drained and just thankfully, I am still working and I'm working from home. And sometimes I'm still doing a full 8 hour day. Like, that's just how busy it is. But also, I work for a nonprofit. So, of course, we always working, and especially
Yeah.
for early childhood education. So, our job doesn't stop, especially right now. We're trying to figure out what happens after COVID-19. What do we do with education then? How do we get to a better place? But I've taken this time to actually focus on Jada Services Incorporated. I've also taken the time to make a commitment to work out. Like, y'all, when I tell you I'm going to be so lit for the summertime, I don't know if I'm going to be outside, but I've been so motivated to just work out. I'm drinking more water, I'm eating better. I picked up another side gig, but all of these things are working from home, and I have the time to do it, but at the same time, it's like you have to find that balance. Like, yes, I picked
Yeah.
up on another side job, but at the same time, I set my schedule for that. So I only do that maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays because I still need time to not do anything. It's important that sometimes our to do list says nothing. We need to just be able to think, just to relax, to not be in our phones, to not be working or on a computer. So it's so important for us to take care of our bodies and our mental, because you need to sometimes, like my blog post that I just sent out this weekend, you have to unplug. Sometimes you have to reset. Sometimes you have to recharge. And you can be doing that right now during COVID. So don't worry about what everybody else is doing or what they think you should be doing with your time. Take care of you the best way you know how. Erica,
Absolutely. I
be
definitely agree with everything.
oh, thank you. Before we go, I have to touch on this. I don't know how much information you can give, but I'm so excited that your healing journal, y'all heard that? She's coming out with the healing journal, and it's 90% complete. 90%, like, she just reached out not too long ago, asking me a few things about just getting started with the process, and now she's almost done. So this is huge. I love that you set a timeline and a date for yourself, because I've been learning to do that as well. It motivates me and it keeps me on track. But with your healing journal, if you can give us just a little bit of information, what's your favorite thing about your journal, and what do you hope to accomplish?
So everything is my favorite thing about the journal. I'm
Come
gonna say
on.
that because I literally did almost everything in that journal. But one of my most favorite things about my journal is my cover. My brother actually drew the picture for the artwork for my book cover.
Yeah.
And that's like so amazing and so huge to watch him actually have this platform that he's been waiting to have, because he's an artist and he's a great artist.
Yeah.
And he's been through so much, so much. And just to have him, want to do my artwork, excited about my book, excited about the journal that's coming out, and just wanting to participate, and was so willing to do it after I gave him a headache after a headache. Like, I don't like it, go back and do it. Don't like it, scratch this. I don't like it. But he stuck with the process. And, to see his face light up and to see the excitement in his face, that's just motivating him to keep going.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited to see him as an illustrator on my book cover. So shout out to my brother.
That's amazing. I'm over here just smiling because it's not only about you, but it's about him too. Like, this is huge for both of y'all, to trust each other, to work together, and it's just everything is manifesting, So that's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I'm happy for him, to actually be showing his work. And it's hard as a creative, you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want people to listen, because as a creator, that's what it's about. You do it for your audience, or people that you want to capture and get them to listen. So you have to encourage yourself, and you have to believe in you, because sometimes that support doesn't come when it should or how it should. So I know it's tough being a creative, but I'm wishing him all the best. And Erica, I can't wait to see your journal. purchase
I
and
can't wait to
everything.
release it.
This is awesome. So, Erica, before you go, if you can just share, how they can get in contact with you, if you are, offering services, your social media handles, all that good stuff.
So, if you're looking for therapy services, you can definitely find me on Psychology Today, and you can type in my name, Erika Lewis, therapist in Homewood. I'll definitely pop up. Homewood, Calumet City, the city of Chicago. I'll definitely pop up. Erika, Erika, Lewis, Lewis. Um, to find me on social media, you can find me at Heal, HEAL self counseling. That's my Instagram. You can find me on Facebook by Erika Lewis. My website, which will be live soon. I'm
Yes.
dropping everything. That will be heal thyself counseling services.com. And I have so many great things on there. So many great things. And
I
then
can't
my
wait.
journal will be hopefully will be ready for pre-order within the next week. If not, it will be 2, but it will definitely be released by the end of the month.
That is amazing and so, so excited. Oh man, this is great. This is so great because I remember you first started talking about it last year. But I'm telling you, when you just finally make the commitment and make the time and say, you
Yeah.
know what, I'm done putting this off. I want this done by the end of May. Get your resources and start connecting with people, and everything else will take off from there. So, Erika, congratulations in advance. You know that
Thank
I'm a
you.
huge supporter. You are so welcome. You guys don't forget to follow her on Heal Thyself. Is it Heal Thyself Counseling on Instagram?
Heal thyself counseling.
Okay, got it. Sorry. Y'all heard her. Make sure you follow her. She posts great, great. Oh, listen. Go and follow her. Content is amazing and it's so inspiring and encouraging and uplifting. I love it so much. Erika, again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your support and
Thank
just
you
your
for having me.
willingness. Of course, you always just ready to do whatever I ask. So I appreciate your support and your love. To all of you listening, thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you for reading. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Just thank you for being there for more to the story. As I said, like as a creative, it gets hard. You may think I have it all figured out, but no, I'm still gaining the confidence that I should have in myself. And God been working on me with that, just enough faith. But anyway, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Brokenness That Made Me Whole is available on Amazon. Don't forget to check out my website, jadasharice.com. Don't forget to check out HausHill Media as well. It's all entertainment. Love HausHill. Make sure you follow them. Thank you again, and until next time, because there's always, always more to the story.